What's up, people? It's your girl Adela. First of all, I want to start just by letting my Texas viewers know that we're thinking about you guys. If you guys have been following the news, Texas had more snow this year than they've had in decades in some parts of Texas, in Houston, in Dallas. And because normally Texas is warm, they're not prepared for this kind of weather. I actually know a lot of people who live in Texas that only have AC. They don't have heater because they only use the AC in the summertime. They don't use the heater at all. And so if you've not used it in like 10 years or more, you're not even prepared for something like this. But because of global warming, global warming is real, my people. Texas had more snow than they've had in a very long time. So the city in general was not prepared. Even though they knew that this was going to happen, they didn't know that it would be this bad. And so a lot of people, millions of people actually have been without power for days now. And a lot of people have been without water for days. And if you've lived in America, you know that everything has to do with electricity. So you're not able to cook because your stove is not working. You don't have power. You don't have gas. And so people are literally hungry. A lot of stores, they're all closed down. All the restaurants are closed down. So many stores are literally giving out their food because they're about to get spoiled. So they're giving out food, but people are not able to even take them to cook because where do you cook them?
More than 1 million Centerpoint customers are still without power tonight. Families all over our area are dealing with frozen pipes that are bursting, sending water into homes and flooding yards.
Tamika Thomas and her children and grandchildren, they're hunkered around the fire right now because just 2 hours ago, they lost all power.
I've seen pictures of people cooking at their fireplace in the living room.
Welcome everyone to Texas Power Outage, Ice Storm Edition. Now we've got some onions sauteing with olive oil, and this is a pound of turkey meat.
I've seen pictures of people fetching water from their pool to flush the toilet.
I'm 28 weeks pregnant and my husband is out of town. I'm filling up buckets to fill up my bathtub so that I can flush my toilet. This has been a very strange experience.
Oh my God! Can you see that? Can you beat that? I've seen people lining to fetch water. Yeah, this is Texas. Unbelievable. Not only that, I've seen people putting plastic bag in their toilets in order to poop so that they could take the plastic bag and throw out the poop because there's no way to flush the water. So many people have opened their houses. People who have electricity, they open their houses to friends and strangers. Thank you so much, you guys that are doing this. It's so sad because more than 20 people have died because there is no heat. People are freezing to death. Not only that, a lot of people are going in their cars to stay warm. So they're getting warm in the car, but they don't always remember to open the garage door. So the carbon monoxide makes them feel sleepy and then they sleep, they don't wake up. So if you're getting in your car to warm up, please make sure that you open the garage door so that the carbon monoxide doesn't kill you. But I just want all our people in Texas to know that we're thinking about them. This is really such a tough time. It's so unfortunate what the mayor said, and of course he has resigned after saying this, but I couldn't even believe that a mayor would write something like this. Let me hurt some feelings while I have a minute. Like, what? No one owes you or your family anything. Wow. Nor is it the local government's responsibility to support you during trying times like this. Sink or swim, it's your choice. Okay, I can't even read the whole thing. We have it posted. You guys can read what the mayor said. Of course, he got into trouble for saying these things and he's had to resign. The fact that they knew that this was going to happen, the fact that they decided to privatize their electricity grid, so just so they wouldn't have to go by the regulation of the entire country, is heartbreaking because that's what has led to this. So anyways, if you're watching us from Texas, keep being strong. We love you guys and we're praying for you that you get your power back soon. The one that broke my heart the most is that the roads got icy, and if you're not used to driving on icy roads, could lead to a lot of accidents. I'm sure you guys have seen more than 100 vehicles who were in this accident at Fort Worth, so it's quite unfortunate. Watch what happened when these people got their electricity back. Then speaking of global warming, Nigerians and other African countries, we know every year that we would have flood. Please, let's start preparing now. Please, let's not wait for the rainy season. Let's not wait for the floods to get here. Global warming is real. As you guys can see, it's affecting them in Texas. So please, let's get prepared ahead of the flood season. All right, you guys not doing much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. As you all must have heard, Madam Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala has been confirmed the Director General of the World Trade Organization. Congratulations, Madam, in case you're watching. As you guys know, the Trump administration tried to prevent her from getting there, but who further. Today, Madam Ngozi is the first woman and the first African to head the World Trade Organization. Wow, clap for her, somebody. She's being celebrated all across Africa. People are dressing up as Madam Ngozi, like for real, men and women. You guys know that she has her own signature gilly, her own head wrap that she wears. It's a signature head wrap, so people are dressing up like her to celebrate her success. But like she said in an interview, it's not enough to be the first at anything. It's more important to be competent and to deliver.
I always tell people that the important thing is to have the competence to deliver the results. I'm focusing on delivery. I'm focusing on getting results. And I want to make sure that people remember my continent producing the first leader of the WTO that made a difference.
Thank you so much, madam. We appreciate that. Okay, you guys move closer. So much has happened since our last episode. In Nigeria especially, everything is now pointing towards the fact that Nigeria presently doesn't have a leader. Like, we don't have a president. And if care is not taken, the country is heading towards another civil war. You all saw what happened last weekend at Lekki Gate, how Lagos State deployed more than 200 policemen and women to Lekki Toll Gate. All because people wanted to protest. Protesting, not that they wanted to steal or kill people. 200 policemen coming from the same government that said that they were taking all the necessary COVID-19 precautions, and because of that they are banning the protest because COVID-19 guideline does not allow more than 50 people to gather. I'm like, okay.
These groups who are also planning to protest must also take into consideration the COVID-19 2021 regulations. Those regulations say that there must be no gathering of more than 50 people.
Even the police were more than the protesters. Who does that? How do you explain gathering 200 policemen in one place? Like, seriously? And there is COVID-19? Also, they were arresting the protesters, but not just the protesters, they were also arresting anybody. I saw a delivery guy who was arrested for delivering something in that neighborhood. The man had to be explaining himself. Some of the young people that were arrested said that they were just passing by. And you need to see what they did to some of these protesters.
This man, go join that one for Mr. Macaroni. Go join them there. What put you into this mess now? Which mess? They know what they are doing now.
Wow. Mr. Macaroni, we appreciate you so much, my brother. God bless you. So much for enforcing the COVID-19 guideline. Mr. Macaroni said that they stripped them all and beat them mercilessly.
When we're picked up, we're taken to Adininji, where we're beaten, we're stripped naked.
But honestly, I think the real heroes are the people who are not popular and they know that anything could happen to them, yet they went out there to protest. Thank you to every one of them. Who would have thought that something like this would happen under Sanwo-Olu's watch? Which made me wonder why he joined the Lekki protest at the beginning, like at the very beginning. The man joined them. So was he just pretending at that time? Because he even went to Abuja to submit young people's petition. 200 policemen and women. When we don't have enough security men at Sambisa Forest or places where kidnappings are happening, did you guys hear that a couple was kidnapped on their wedding day in Delta? As in wedding day, they kidnapped both the husband and wife. Meanwhile, in Ibadan, or your state, there was a clash between the Yorubas and the Hausas over the weekend that led to the burning of shops, homes, and loss of lives. You guys must have seen it. The sad thing is, up till now, a lot of people are not even sure exactly what led to the crisis. Some people said that it's a Hausa man and a Yoruba woman that were fighting. Other people said it's actually a Niger man and a Yoruba woman.
Please, guys, I've been reading a lot of posts saying the Northerners are at fault, the Northerners are killing people. Please, this is just a total misunderstanding. Okay, this is a quick story of what happened because I was there. Okay, a Niger man carried a basket of tomato. So he fell down and the tomato all poured on the floor in front of a Yoruba woman's shop. Okay, all we know is that the pregnant Yoruba woman was pushed by this man, and when another Yoruba man tried to intervene, the Niger or the Hausa man slapped this Yoruba man and he slumped. On getting to the hospital, the man who intervened, the Yoruba man, was declared dead. Now the next thing, thugs wanted to revenge the death of the Yoruba man, and so they started attacking, and before you know what was happening, people were burning shops and homes, even beyond the market.
This is why I keep saying that Nigeria is on the brink of another war. And the only reason that this escalated is because there's already tension between Hausas and Yorubas. Even if the perpetrator is actually from Niger, as some people said, we are willing to kill ourselves at the slightest provocation because we already hate each other. If something is not done on time, this could escalate into reprisal attacks in different parts of the country. People that don't even know what led to what may start killing each other, all because of the existing division amongst us. And the fact that our president is obviously tribalistic and he doesn't care. And he's MIA. We don't even know that we have a president right now. And speaking of which, Buhari has appointed a new EFCC chairman in the person of 40-year-old Abdulrasheed Bawa, a man with quite an impressive resume, including going after Diezani Madueke, the former petroleum minister, and recovering millions of dollars from her, overseeing the petroleum subsidy fraud of 2012 to 2015, where he identified fraud of about 70 billion naira and recovered billions of naira, and also prosecuted several companies. Also, he was the one that oversaw the case of the former governor of Niger State, that is Dr. Muazu Babangida Aliyu, and so on and so forth. So a lot of people are celebrating that he's young, he's competent, he has quite an impressive resume. At the same time though, some people are complaining about his appointment for the fact that Abdulrasheed was in 2019 under investigation by Ibrahim Magu, the former EFCC chairman, for allegedly selling at least 244 trucks worth between 20 to 30 million naira each to his proxies at 100,000 naira each. So it was a huge case at the time. It's still a huge case because we still don't even know how they ended it, because at that time he also implicated Magu in his narration. He said that Magu was the one that sent him to do those things, although he did not include Magu in his written statement. At that time, Abdulrasheed was heading the Port Harcourt office. Magu fired him and had him under investigation. Shortly after that, Magu was picked up. He was arrested. So no one really knows what the truth is. In the past, Abdulrasheed has boasted of his closeness to Magu. He even called himself the anointed leader of the so-called Magu boys. So because of that case, now many Nigerians are wondering, is it not possible for Buhari to find somebody that doesn't have any criminal case, any criminal background at all? At the same time, what happened to Magu's case? Has it been concluded? What is the conclusion about Magu? Is he guilty? Is he not? Like, are we just sweeping that under the carpet? And if the man is not guilty, let us know, because now they are appointing somebody else. Now, more importantly, EFCC started in 2003, and so far, these are the names of the leaders and where they are from in Nigeria. Nuhu Ribadu was the first one. He served from 2003 to 2007. He was born in Adamawa State. Farida Waziri served from 2008 to 2011. She was born in Benue State. Ibrahim Lamod served from 2011 to 2015. He was born in Adamawa State. Ibrahim Magu served from 2015. Then they suspended him. They fired him in 2020. He was born in Borno State. Mohammed Umar Abba served from 2016 after Magu was suspended to 2020. He was born in Kano State. Abdulrasheed Bawa, who is now appointed, was born in Kebbi State. So the question is, a lot of people have been saying that Buhari is tribalistic, and we've talked about this in the past, how he appoints mostly northerners in key security positions in Nigeria. So right now that this new appointee is also from a northern state, do you think that people have a legitimate point in saying that there is tribalism in how people are selected? Is not always based on competence? Or do you think that people are just overreacting, as some people have been saying? Some people are saying that people are just overreacting. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comment section below. You guys not do much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Moving on to South Africa, ladies and gentlemen. Remember my father, former president of South Africa, Jacob Zuma, the one with several wives, Benny, of course. He has a number of corruption allegations against him, and we've talked about that several times on this show. Well, guess what? My father has defied both a legal summons and a ruling by the country's constitutional court. Jacob Zuma refused to appear before a commission of inquiry being chaired by Justice Ray Zondo. And the interesting thing is, not only did he not show up, he has supporters who are guiding his home, vowing to protect Jacob Zuma from the law.
We are outside the home of former President Jacob Zuma here in Nkandla, as you've said. And yes, outside, these are the members of Mkhonto Wesizwe, MKMVA, as well as members of the ANC. They've said that they're going to be here for the duration of the week.
Of course, the judge was upset that he didn't show up. In fact, he said that Jacob Zuma's action could lead to lawlessness among other citizens. Therefore, he wants South Africa Africa's highest court to convict the ex-president and send him to jail. Can you imagine? Yeah, you had me right. They want to jail my father. They want to sentence Jacob Zuma to prison for failing to appear before the judge to answer corruption allegations. Oh, father, no more experts. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, we'll keep monitoring this on our plasma TV. And still on South Africa, even though the man of God, that is our favorite man of God on this show, Prophet Bushiri, even though the man of God ran away to his home country, Malawi, after fraud and rape allegations, he's still effecting some things in South Africa. Last year, he purchased a complex in Centurion that housed 18 families. And over the weekend, the 18 families were basically thrown out of their homes. Many of these families said that they've lived in the complex for years. Some people said for like 12 years. And they all said that they are paying their rent and that they've never had any issues living in that complex until Bushiri bought the property last year. That's when they started serving them notice to leave. And they said that they would have to move out. So on February 10th, the residents were served with a court eviction order. And 2 days after, the sheriff returned with the Red Iron Security Relocation and Eviction Services to evict the tenants. So they were basically stranded on the streets with their belongings. Some of them said that their belongings had been stolen. Social services said that the tenants were evicted for not paying their rent, which contradicts what the tenants said. The tenants denied it. As a matter of fact, the tenants said that they would approach the South African Human Rights Commission to seek justice. So we'll keep monitoring that situation. For now, the man of God has not commented on this development. You guys not doing much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. Meanwhile, in Zimbabwe, there has been several concerns that the government is now using COVID-19 as a cover-up to abuse its own people. People are speaking out and protesting shortage of food since COVID-19 started and shortage of cash. We've talked about that several times on this show, but instead of providing food for the people, the government is arresting anybody that protests, anybody that speaks out. Can you imagine? And now the UN warns that they're investigating the complaints of abuses by the Zimbabwean government, abusing its own people during this lockdown. And speaking of Zimbabwe, 200,000 doses of Sinopharm COVID-19 vaccines made in China and donated by China have arrived in the capital Harare on Monday. According to Zimbabwe's information minister, they will be purchasing another 600,000 doses from China in early March. Their plan is to spend $100 million on vaccine procurement in order to buy 20 million doses to immunize about 60% of their population. However, Zimbabwe is also negotiating with Russia and India for more COVID-19 vaccines. Now, keep in mind that Zimbabwe is doing something that is wonderful. They're giving the vaccine to their citizens for free. It's free for their citizens. I mean, that's incredible, right? Giving the vaccines to the people for free. I'm like, what? Now, keep in mind that so many Africans have expressed concerns that the vaccine is coming from China. Why is Zimbabwe taking vaccine from China? How do you guys feel about that? Keep in mind that it's not just Zimbabwe that is taking vaccines from China. Senegal also ordered their vaccines from China. They paid $3.7 million for 200,000 doses of China's Sinopharm vaccine. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. You guys not doing much. Guess what? I'm just keeping it real. So in the last episode, I talked about Mr. Jide Ajao, who needs a prosthetic leg to work. And I asked you guys if you could help us to raise 2 million naira. And to be honest with you, I didn't think that people would donate money because I have raised money for so many things on this show that now I'm embarrassed to raise anything because I feel like you guys would say my wahala is too much. And so when I looked at the donation, I couldn't believe it. Like, honestly, I cannot believe that we've raised, as of now, we've raised more than $9,000 on the GoFundMe page. The goal was to raise $5,500. And at the same time, I know we are raising money in our Nigerian account because Nigerians cannot use GoFundMe. I could not believe when they called me and when they sent me how much we've raised in Nigeria. We've raised more than 4 million naira in Nigeria. And all we were trying to raise was 2 million naira altogether. So this means that we've raised more than triple what we were trying to raise. As a matter of fact, it could become 4 times what we were trying to raise. And I just want you to know that I'm really humbled by this. People donated $5, $10, $100, $200, $500, $1,000. It's not as if you guys don't have your own needs, yet you went out of your way to donate in order to help somebody else. to the point where even after some of you saw that we've met our target, you still donated. I just want you to know that I'm really humbled. I literally cried. I cried because I'm like, I didn't think that you guys would donate. And then not only did you donate, but you went beyond our wildest dreams. And so even all the board members till now, everybody is like, is this real? And so I wanted to first of all thank you. I want to, like, from the bottom of my heart and the heart of my bottom, I honestly want to thank every single one of you. Your $5 made a difference. Your 2 naira made a difference. Your 20 naira made a difference. I saw people who donated 500,000 naira. I saw people who donated $1,000. And I just cried because I'm like, it's not like they don't need this money. Y'all need, everybody needs their own money. So thank you so much. And I also wanted to let you know that not only would we give an account of exactly how much was donated, I also wanted you to know that because of your donation, we'll be able to help more people, not just Mr. Jide, because we do get a lot of requests that are similar to this. Please don't send a new one right now. We actually have like a backlog of people that have sent in requests. So I'm just really humble. And of course, I would let you guys know exactly how many people we're able to help, exactly what we're able to do for them. But I'm so excited about the prosthetic company that we're working with. I can't wait to tell you guys about them and how they will help Mr. Jide. In the meantime, he had a surgery. They removed the iron rods in the other leg. So this is him right now. And so very soon we'll be able to proceed with the prosthetic leg. So thank you so much, guys. I just want to say thank you. Thank you. I love you guys. Thank you so much. So before I leave, so it's been a while that I talked about Sendwave, and I wanted you guys to know that I'm giving them the feedback that you guys are leaving. For example, somebody wrote me that they would like to be able to send more than 2,089, that at least 3,000, so that when they change it at the black market, they can get good exchange rate. I already retweeted that to them, and I'm waiting for them to get back to me. But they called me recently to let you guys know that cash pickup is now available at any Zenith or Access Bank branches, making it easier for your loved ones to pick up the transfer. All your loved ones need to pick up the money that you are sending, which is dollar to dollar, is their BVN number, and then a form of ID. Their driver's license will do. They don't need their international passport. If they have international passport, yes, but their driver's license will do. And then, of course, they have to take their phone with them to show the Sendwave voucher code. Just let them not to forget their ID. Driver's license will do, like I said. If you're yet to, please download the latest version of the Sendwave app, and then you add your recipient as a new recipient in the app. Select cash pickup and enter their full name and phone number, and then enter the amount that you want to send. Don't forget that right now Sendwave is only charging you 1% of whatever you're sending. Don't forget to enter my name Adola as the promo code so that you could get $5 or €5 or £5 added to whatever you're sending to your loved ones. And then your loved ones will receive a text message with a unique code for picking up the fund, and you will also receive an SMS with the unique code. And then your recipient can then take that code to the bank along with their verification number, BVN, to any Zenith or Access Bank branch. And then, of course, your recipient should present the unique code to the bank teller. Once the teller verifies your recipient's one-time password, they will be able to collect the money that you send. So don't forget to use my name Adola as the promo code for additional $5 or £5 so that they can add it to whatever you're sending to your loved ones. And remember, your loved ones can now go to either Access Bank or Zenith Bank to collect their money. And they don't have to have any account with these banks in order for them to collect the money that you send. All right, y'all, it's been real, and I'm keeping it right up in here. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And if you're yet to subscribe to my channel, I'm watching you on Plasma TV. Press the subscribe button. Until next time, I'm gonna see you all later. Peace out.